Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Talking eBay. Today we're talking about a bolo. I want to show you about this Techniques old school graphic equalizer. So I was outsourcing and I went to a yard sale and I found this for about $8 at a yard sale. Don't be afraid to buy things and try things. I looked this up real quickly and we'll do a quick cutaway. We'll show you that in a minute. Graphic equalizer, you can see, I want to show it to you. It's very cool and in very good condition. So I gave it a shot. I did take a risk on it, but sometimes you have to take a risk for a reward. So what I did have a bunch of cables here. I was trying to show you, I always save a bunch of cables when I get things that are broken, doesn't work. I always save. I have remote controls, I have power supplies, different things that I do use. And as you grow your eBay business, I do have actually a cable here, as you can see here. This one was exactly the right one for it. And these cables, and if you don't have a cable, you can get them online on Amazon for like maybe $3 or $4, $5. So don't be afraid to buy things if you don't have a cable. So here we have it, like I said, an old Techniques graphic equalizer. It's in very good condition. I did a quick search on my phone, and the phone is your main tool, as you know, and these run between $40 and $80 depending on the condition. And let's just plug this in and just test it and see if it works. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying all my content on Talking eBay. I do appreciate that. The only payment I do would love if you can just share, like, and subscribe to my channel. That does help me quite a bit. And we're doing another podcast segment coming up in another week or so about sourcing and things like that. So don't forget to subscribe for that. All right, let's get this plugged in and see if it works. Okay guys, you can see I did plug it in. I did have, like I said, I do have the cord. It works perfectly. You can see this is the Techniques model SH-8017 is the model number. You can see here it's got the EQ, it's got the tape in and out. It's old school, like I said, but the old school stuff is still real popular. So let's just take a quick look at this. Let's just plug it in. Let's see if it goes on. If it goes on, we made money. If not, we can still sell it for parts and repair because people still love the old tech. Shut this lights off. See if it lights up. And yes, it does work. Usually when you see those lights going on, power off, power on, usually when the lights go on, the odds are it's going to work 100%. I mean, usually if the lights don't go on, the little transformer's burnt out, and that's pretty all much there is in here. Super quiet, there's no humming, there's no noise. I will hook it up to my stereo over here and just double check it, but I think this is an awesome piece of equipment. So stay tuned. We're going to just actually do a quick listing on this right now. So stay to the end. We're going to actually list this live right now with me. I'm going to take some photos. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we're going to list it. So let's continue. So also, guys, what you want to do when you get a piece of tech or piece of equipment or anything that you either source or find or whatever, make sure it's clean. Get an old rag, dust it off. Get a little Greenworks, a little Windex, whatever it is. Make it look decent. Don't make it look grungy and dirty. It turns people off when it comes to the listings. Make it look really good. And that's one really big secret because really the photos will show all that dirt and grunge. And this isn't, you can see this is almost in perfect condition. So this isn't really nice. And also the next thing we're going to show you is that we got this clock I picked up as well. And we're going to be working on that next. I think it needs a little bit of work, but we'll show you how to work on that later. So subscribe to the channel and we'll show you about this clock next. But right now, let's work on this Techniques. All right, let's get some photos taken and get it listed. Okay guys, so now I'm at the little photo studio that I have set up here, and basically all the photo studio is a couple of cool lights I have, some LED panel lights. I have a drop light up here for the downlighting, as you can see, and it's a big piece of paper. When you get a shot of it, this is what you're going to see. So you can see the details, you can see all the nice quality, and the white background is really important. I like the white background. It makes it easier to shoot all the products because with online, everything is white, and white is always much better as far as Google searches are concerned. So I'll leave a link down below for some of these lights. Also the stands I'm using these stands here. So you can see these stands. And that's pretty much what I'm using for my setup. Basically, as a table, adjustable table, and a backdrop with a roll of paper, as you can see here. Really easy to use, real simple once you get set up. And you can do this anywhere. You don't have to be as elaborate as this. You can just basically do it in your kitchen table if you're just starting out. It doesn't have to be crazy. So let's get some photos of this item, and let's take a look. Let me get my camera here. Let me get my phone. And I did teach you in some other tutorials about taking photos. Definitely shoot everything in square. Very important. Let's go to my photos. And so everything is set in square. So let's take some photos of this. I'm going to hold my camera and shoot this at the same time. That'll be my first photo. And then I'll get another one that's close up of the model number so people can see. Model numbers are important. Let's get the model numbers. And I like the close-ups just to show them all the details. So don't be afraid to take a bunch of photos. Easy to use with your phone, like I told you before. Easy to upload. I always take a picture of the top of it. Take a quick shot of these, see how they're looking. You can see how they're looking here. I'll just do a cutaway so you can see that in a minute. Some of these photos. See how they look? Look good? And then I'll take a shot of the back of it. And also, I'll also plug it in and show it lit up. And that's very important too, so that way you can show them a little bit about how it looks. I will shoot the sides of it. Always shoot the sides of it. And make sure everything's square. Make sure your camera's in square mode. That's important. And let's just turn it this way. That way you can show all the angles. Someone says to me, oh, I got it dented. And say, oh, no, you didn't. Because I have all the photos that show everything. And that's really important. So let's shoot that. And let's turn it around like that there. And also show the cord. And make sure you show the actual cord itself. That way someone can say to you, oh, the cord was broken, this and that. So just be careful. Make sure you take all the photos. So important. Photo that. Again, the model number, how it looks. Shoot that. Shoot the middle. Shoot the cord. Shoot everything. That way there's no discrepancies whatsoever. If there's a model number or a serial number, shoot that too in case someone tries to switch it on you. That's important. Those are little tips I'll teach you. Because sometimes people do funny things, and funny things are funny things, and we don't want that to be like that. So that's why it's so important. And also another thing I do, a lot of people don't do, so I'm plugging this real quick, I shoot the bottom of it, because people want to see, make sure the feet are on there, there's no discrepancy. So this has one pad right here, and this is missing a pad. So the little pads of feet are missing here, right? You can see that. So if you have little pads, you can put them on, or if you want to just take this one off, which I probably will, and just sell it without the pads, and somebody wants to put their own pads on, they can take that off, because you can get these pads pretty cheap. This way it's at least uniform looking, and then you can just say missing feet, and altogether they're all just missing instead of just having one. That's what I would do, and that's what I'm actually going to do. So let's take a shot of the bottom of that, and make sure I get a shot of that, the bottom. And I will describe, and I will tell them also missing rubber feet. That way there's no issues, but they can see it. That's that. Get a close-up of that. Just like that there. Perfect. And the last shot is me plug it in, and I'll show you how I do that. Plug it in like that. I'm going to push this back here so I want you to see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut my lights off manually, like this here. It's going to get dark, right? So it's really dark, right? Now watch this. Bam. So it's hard to see with the camera. So you can see how they're all lit up. You can see that, right? So with your phone, you can actually get a good shot of that. So let me just get my phone set up, and I'm going to do that real quick. So you can see the phone will actually enhance the lights. If you can see that. Okay, so you can see here, hopefully you can see they're all lit up. The camera on your phone really enhances the lights so people can see that it does work, and that's super important. Okay guys, one more quick tip. If you're listing someplace different than you're actually shooting your products, or if you have a basement or a garage, whatever, and if you don't want to lug this around, take the measurements down before you go list it. That way you have all the information. So I weighed this weighs 4 pounds. So I would add 2 pounds extra for a box and packing just to be safe. It's going to be another pound anyway, and it's always over the next pound. And if you don't know sure about that, watch my shipping videos. You'll see how that works. And also measure. You have to have the measurements, because if you don't have the measurements, you have to know what you're going to be doing. Also, if you can pre-box it, that would be smart too. Get one of the boxes out. As you can see here, I save all my boxes. Anytime I get a package or a product in, I save the boxes. So I'll kind of measure this up with the box and get an idea where it's going to fit in. So here's an example. I actually just wrapped it in a nice cocoon, fits in this box perfectly, and I'm just going to measure this box. Okay. And that's good to go. That way I know exactly what my weight is, I know exactly what my size is, and there's no guesswork whatsoever. I know exactly what I have. That way when I go ship it, there's no surprises. I use the eBay shipping calculator. I put the furthest place in where I live, which is in California, and then I calculate the shipping based on that. And that's how I do the shipping. Super easy. Okay, guys, now we're in eBay, and we're just going to list this. So we did a quick search on Techniques SH-8017, as you can see here, and I have 41 results. Now, these are sold. So you can see here the average, like I showed you before, 57 plus 14, 55 plus 15, 42 plus 21, 60 is one for 77. Here's one for 41 plus 36. Weird. Crazy prices are all over the place, but you try to get the middle, like I always teach you. Try to be the medium. You don't want to be too high, you don't want to be too low. You want to be you want to have this sale, right? $83 with free shipping. So if it costs you $20 for shipping, you got to figure there's $70 or $65 for yourself. You got to take off fees and things like that. So let's just list this. I think a good price for the list. This one
55 plus 40, but that included also looks like came with the a tuner as well. So just the equalizer by itself was 83, 50, 60, 70, 40, 50, 60, 70. So I'm going to do 50 plus shipping. That's usually around 70, 75 bucks. So 50 plus shipping, I think, is a good price. Let's see. Let's take this listing here. So I'll go over off a listing. I'll take a look at it, look at the keywords quickly. Let's see, vintage techniques, HSH band stereographic equalizer Japan, and that's really a great listing. Very simple and exactly what it is. Don't elaborate, don't go crazy, just give the information. So here it is right here, techniques. I'm going to use this listing here to list this. I'm going to upload the photos right from my phone, and that's really easy to do. That's why I use the phone. So upload from your mobile app, which is super simple. It sends a signal to your phone. I taught you that as well. So let me just get those photos 1 second. Okay, you're going to see all these 19 photos get populated just like that. And here they all are. So let's take a look at them real quick. You can see here, there's 1, 2, there's a close-up I was showing you before. There's another close-up. You can just see how the rhythm is kind of going with this. You can kind of just rock and roll real quickly. Get the sides like I told you. Here's the back. There's the inputs. There's the serial numbers. Here's the cord. There's a serial number, really important. Here's the back of it like I told you. Here's the lights. Now just a couple extra shots I got, and just pick another one. That might be a cool first shot. It's kind of different. There's another one here. So let's just see. So I'm going to use the one that came with it. I'm going to actually adjust that a little bit in the eBay app and just make that like that. A little highlight. Again, black. This is a difficult a product because it's kind of long and the details kind of like washy a little bit. Another technique to do is also just get a close-up of the actual serial number or the actual item, which is for your first shot, which could be a very interesting shot. I've done that many times. Let's say this one here, because it gives you exactly what it is. So that's kind of cool. So I'm actually going to use that one. So that's good. Let's take that one. That's a little clearer. Here we go. Make that. That'll pop. All right, that'll pop off the white. You see how that's popping like that? There you go. So now that gives you a little. Okay, now you can see. Now I'm going to use that for my first photo. I like that. So that's the first photo. Real easy. If you want to add a video, you can, but for this, I probably won't. So let's continue down. Techniques. There's the model number, equalizer, vintage, with power cord. With power cord. Let's take makes vintage just VTG, just like that. Okay, that's exactly what it is. And let's copy that, and we're going to change the category to electronics. All right, so that's why I have a basic store. So you can have categories and you can have a store. And I'm going to do a buy it now, not an auction, because that's what's so cool about having a store. You don't have to pay. They're not expensive at all. So definitely recommend getting a store. And we'll go through that basic setup too in the future. We'll talk about stores versus auctions. We'll do that maybe on another podcast. Okay, so we have the techniques. We have the model number. It's an equalizer. Okay, does not apply. You don't need that. 2 imports, 2 channels. It's perfect. Black, RCA. Yep, right. Analog. Yep. Component. Perfect. Power given. I don't know what that even means. We'll just clear that out. Japan. Yes. Used. And just saying. I always put a item is in working condition, as shown. Okay, there you go. You don't have to get too elaborate. You don't have to go too crazy. Keep it simple. Copy paste right here, exactly the second part. Here's our price. So it's giving you the average listing on 90 days is $39.99. I'm going to do $49.99. Okay, we have one. So if you're going to do an offer, I'm not going to do an offer on this one because I think it's just the right price. Now for the shipping, we talked about using the eBay shipping calculator, so let's just do that. I have all my measurements. eBay shipping calculator. I'm going to show, and I made a video about that too, but this is just another, we're just going to go through this real quick because we're doing an actual listing. So 19, 14, and 5. It is 5 pounds. Okay, so priority mail is $30 and $29.35. So it's like I said, priority mails gets expensive after 2 pounds. It gets crazy. So let's just go to FedEx. FedEx has usually been pretty good lately. They got a really good deal with FedEx. So ground economy, you don't want that. You want home delivery. So $15.18, and UPS is where is it? Okay, ground $15. So FedEx is winning a lot. So I would charge, because you got to charge a little extra because you get shipping and packaging, I would charge $20. I mean, that's it. That's what I figured. So let's make that $20 for shipping. Okay, let's put our weight in, because in case somebody wants to buy an international, we'll do that. So make it 6, I'll do 5 pounds, just like it says. And we'll put our dimensions in here, because that's the way we do it. 19, 14, and 5. Okay, so that's for international shipping. If you want to ship international, if you want international, just add that on. Just add additional shipping services. Really easy to do. The eBay makes it very easy. Always use calculated by buyer's area. That way it takes the weight and the measurements into calculation for shipping. We're going to ship this UPS Priority International. Hit apply. It's going to be $55 to $97 depending where they live. If they want to pay that much, that's their business, not yours. Okay, so don't be afraid to list international. You have all the protection that eBay gives you. So this is very, very easy to do. This listing is done. So $50 plus 20. That's a fair price. No offer. If you want to bump it up $10, $15 and do offers, you can, but this is a fair price for a really good product. Actually, I'm even going to make that 55. I think it's a really good condition, which makes it $75, which is still a great deal. And now we are going to hit list it. And that's all you have to do. It's that easy, guys. There's the listing right here. And let's click on view listing together. You can see now it's live. There you go. And this is how you list a product. Very easy to do. Any questions or comments, leave down below. Also appreciate your time. If you enjoy my content, if you enjoy this tutorial, my only payment is that you just subscribe to my channel, like, and possibly definitely share, and leave a comment down below. If you like this or not, let me know, please, because that helps the algorithm and reaches more eBay sellers to teach them how to sell on eBay. And that's what this is all about me helping you continue your education and to learn how to sell on eBay. And that's what it is on Talking eBay. That's what we do. And this is why we have podcasts, and we have video tutorials, and just all kinds of cool stuff to teach you everything there is to know about selling on eBay. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you appreciate the information. We have much, much more coming up. So definitely subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, and don't forget to subscribe. It does help me, and like, and leave the comments down below. Anything, I don't care. Just say, hey, what's going on? I don't care. Check out the store. Doesn't matter. Just engage. It really means a lot to me. That's all I ask for you, for me. And that's it. Okay, guys. See you at the next one on Talking eBay.